the championship tractor pull. I'm Butch Krieger, and once again, it's a pleasure to be back here in Louisville with you tonight as we get ready to go with this 25th championship pull. But before we get started here again tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to at this time introduce to you the man that is a sponsor here this weekend, his company, the big sponsor here at the 25th annual, as he's been for the last 8 years. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big Louisville welcome to Mr. David Herndon from ICI Americas. How about it? David, welcome to Louisville. I know it's been a busy day for you. I saw a lot of farmers walking around, a lot of people at the machinery show this afternoon.
Butch, I tell you, it's been a great day. It's been a good year for us. We're proud to be back. I tell you, it's a wonder all these farmers wasn't out plowing today as beautiful weather as we had.
I'll tell you, this is absolutely wonderful. In fact, my neighbor, he was out yesterday. He was had his tiller going. He's putting his snow peas in. I was telling some other people, "Oh, you're kidding me." I said, "No, but the ground's tillable up here already in some spots."
Yeah, but I hope it don't snow on those snow peas.
Yeah, I know, but they talked about snow here on Sunday or Saturday coming up. Well, Dave, once again, let me just say thank you from all the pullers and the people here in Louisville for ICI America and all that they do here, the Ag Products Division for this tractor pull. And what's coming up for ICI Americas?
Well, Butch, we've got a lot of new things coming. Got a new corn herbicide coming hopefully this fall. Got a lot of new things coming for 94. And looking to have a good year this year, really are.
Speaking of new things, we've got some new things lined up for the pullers this year. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't know if you're aware of it or not, but David and I like to tell you about it. What's going to happen this week?
Well, for the first time, at least for the first time since we've been involved for 8 years, we're actually leading up to a championship on Saturday night. And this is in 3 classes. We're going to take the top 5 out of 2 of the classes, and they'll be here Saturday night, and the top 4 out of 3, and they'll be here Saturday night pulling for a championship. So this is different, and I think it's going to make the week very, very exciting.
Well, the Tractor Pull Committee and everybody here at Louisville always have to come up with something innovative, and once again, I think they've done a fine job with the championship night.
Well, that's why this is the granddaddy of them all. This is the best tractor pull in the world, and that's why we're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that said it all. Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Mr. David Herndon from ICI America's Ag Products Group. David, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, what a pleasure it is to be here with you. This is my, I guess, around the 14th or 15th year here at Louisville, Kentucky, as one of the announcers at this prestigious pull. And I'd like at this time to introduce to you a guy that has been my sidekick for the last 5 or 6 years. He's come rolling in here and does an excellent job. One of the major announcers here on the U.S. Hot Rod Association, also does a real fine job, and his other loves stock cars. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a nice round of applause, if you would, to Mr. Scott Douglas. How about it?
Well, I'll tell you what, it is great to be back once again, as you mentioned, Butch, at the best of them all right here. And as you talk about, and a lot of familiar faces that we travel down the road with, but everybody's been pointing toward this one for a long time. Looking forward to getting back to Louisville because this is as good as it gets. It's the biggest one, and everybody's really excited about the new format. There's so much on the line tonight just to make it into Saturday night's finals.
I know, and then, you know, the onslaught of just thinking, you know, we watch racing, and especially like in sprint cars and so forth, you got to get that bump spots to number 5 or the number 4 spot. These guys are going to the top 5 guys automatically go in the 2-wheelers tonight, and the modified tractors, the top 5, they go to the Saturday night championship, and the 4 of them out of the pro stockers tonight. So it's really going to be really a well put on show here tonight. Well, I'll tell you what, let's get with that going with that driver's introduction. Why don't you take off first?
We're going to begin first off, ladies and gentlemen. We want to, once again, this being the 25th anniversary, hope you'll give each and every puller a big welcome as we introduce them individually to you here this evening. We'll begin tonight with our 6,200-pound super modified 2-wheel drive truck class. Up first, out of Glasgow, Kentucky, and long gone, please welcome Keith Long. Out of Warsaw, Kentucky, he's pulling in the tough cookie. Here's Danny Sullivan. The current U.S. Hot Rod World Champion is from Crossville, Illinois. Lubriplate and Jake Seed have got him here in the Plano Toolbox's Midnight Express. Please welcome back Ken Lamont.
And then driving the Kodiak Kendall Chevrolet C-Cab out of New Haven, Indiana, Mr. Jimmy Brockman. Jim Brockman. A double winner in 2-wheel drive last year. He comes back tonight with his little red truck out of Dublin, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor himself, Wayne Roush, right here. And the lady that's come up against the guys tonight who said this was a man's sport out of Columbia City, Indiana, driving the family affair. Here's Debbie Hackworth right there.
Up next out of Toledo, Illinois, pulling in bad to the bone, here's Rusty Miller. Rusty Miller. From Quincy, Illinois, and that famous driller, once again, Dave Shulyan. Dave Shulyan. And out of Linden Station, Wisconsin, in the powerful Irish T, here's Dave Walsh. Dave Walsh.
Then out of Louisville, Kentucky, been pulling for many, many years, ladies and gentlemen. A former drag racer as well, and got into truck and tractor pulling and did very well driving the stitches also. Out of Louisville, Kentucky, here's Jim Lyons, Jimmy Lyons. Out of Bowling Green, Missouri, the hypersonic machine, ladies and gentlemen, here's Danny Hubert, Danny Hubert. And out of Circleville, Ohio, the Missouri Raider man himself, ladies and gentlemen, Dick McPherson right there.
The hottest ticket so far in two-wheel drive pulling this year in '93 on the U.S. Hot Rod Tour is this next gentleman out of Hanoverton, Ohio. He's here tonight in the Spike Chevrolet. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Humphrey. Bill Humphrey. Out of Ladonia, Missouri, in the Sprock Farms 92 Dakota, here's Paul Sprock. Paul Sprock. And rounding out this outstanding class of two-wheelers from Cambridge, Ohio, in the baby blue night, please welcome Carl Taylor. Carl Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it? Let's give it up for all our two-wheel drive pullers here tonight.
We now draw our attention to the guys in the 7,200-pound modified tractors here this evening. Up number one, out of Alveston, Ontario, Canada, driving the tractor known as Spook, here's Bill Douglas Jr. Out of Waunakee, Wisconsin, the P-38 Lightning machine, here's Richard Ziegler. Richard Ziegler, ladies and gentlemen. And out of Holland, Michigan, the bad habit man himself, Steve Klingenberg. Steve Klingenberg. A lot of fans up there for Steve.
Got his cheering section going. And this next gentleman going to try a little something unique to tractor pulling. He's going to be racing tonight with racing radio. He's got some two-way hookup with his pit crew. We'll see how he likes the track as it's going. From Medina, Ohio, pulling in the Sandman, here's Carl Bilski. Carl Bilski. From New Baden, Illinois, pulling in Track Fever, please welcome Kevin Furking. And from Lapeer, Michigan, in the Wild Child, here's Bob Jostock.
And next out of Batavia, Iowa, the Terminator, Mr. Tony Martin. Tony Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Tough competitor, I'll tell you. Out of New Haven, Indiana, the Kodiak Modified, Mr. Jim Brockman. Brockman in his Kodiak Modified. And man, I tell you what, they threw the book away on this guy. Out of Akron, Ohio, and everyone loves this tractor, I'll tell you. Known as the Green Monster, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Art Arfons, right there. Art Arfons.
Next up from Lowell, Ohio, pulling in the Pioneer, here's Dave Archer. Dave Archer. Out of Weldon, Illinois, in the Dirt Slinger, once again, Bill Leischner. Bill Leischner. And rounding out this class from Zanesville, Ohio, pulling in the Weekend Warrior, here's David Porter. David Porter, ladies and gentlemen. How about let's give a big hand to all the 7,200-pound modified tractor pullers.
And next now, ladies and gentlemen, the guys in the 10,200-pound Pro Stock tractors here tonight. Out of Hoyleton, Illinois, driving the Black Savage, ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Schnichter, right there, Dennis Schnichter. Out of Volant, Pennsylvania, the Royal Red International Machine, Bobby Maxwell, Bobby Maxwell. And man, you talk about when they threw the page away, they did it on this guy right here. He was the dominating factor at Bowling Green, Ohio last year in Pro Stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Fresno, Ohio, driving Sneaky Snake, Mr. John Lorenz, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Lorenz.
From Wheeler, Illinois, back with us in the Buck Eater, here's Laverne Nepper. From Shelbyville, Illinois, pulling in Rawhide, please welcome back Stan Johnson. And from Hampshire, Illinois, in the Workhorse, this is Gary Radzinski.
And the tractor known as Neon Knights out of Cannon Falls, Minnesota, here's Pat Schaefer, Pat Schaefer. Out of Kohlerville, Illinois, and 1066 IH, ladies and gentlemen, here's Don Greer, Don Greer. And out of Petersburg, Indiana, the Different Strokes man himself, Kent Payne, Kent Payne.
From Warren, Illinois, in the Fuelish Pleasure, this is Gary Brinkmeyer. From Fenelton, Pennsylvania, the Super Moose, here's John Schuler. And from Hoyleton, Illinois, please welcome back Rodney Schnitker.
And winding out this outstanding class out of Sugar Creek, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bill Andreas right there. Out of North Canton, Ohio, the Green Gate Deer, here's Lawrence Klein Jr. Welcome to Louisville. And out of Louisville, Ohio, the Rampage Man, here's Kevin Schmucker right there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the guys in 10,200 pound pro stock class a nice round of applause. How about it? And gentlemen, onto your tractors, please. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And as the 100th Division Color Guard leave Freedom Hall, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a nice round of applause. How about it?
Actually having contact with a puller in the pits. We're going to have to talk to them as soon as the run's over and see what they, see if it made a difference, see what they talked about, see if they were able to communicate things during the run on exactly what's going on with their vehicle.
I talked to him this afternoon over the pit area, and he said, we really got something new here. I said, what is that? He said, well, I don't think it's ever been done before. He says, we've got radio communication. I said, you mean just like the NASCAR guys between the, yeah, he said, just like that. He said, I'm going to be driving, I'm going to be talking to him all the way down the track.
I know Carl's got a lot of great help. The people at Racing Electronics put those in for him, and they're really excited about it. So that'll be a lot of fun. Who knows, we may be seeing the start of something new in the sport and a real wave for the future.
Well, here we go now. Keith Long has come to life. Starts to fire that machine up. He'll be bringing it to the starting line. The long-gone Chevy S10 out of Glasgow, Kentucky. He'll be the #1 man in the class coming out tonight. This is a fine run and outstanding truck. I'll tell you, he runs all over the summer circuit and so forth as we get ready to come with a 6,200-pound competition here tonight with Keith Long.
We're going to start out with a couple of Kentuckians, actually, before we move in to Kenny Lamont with the third pull. So we'll get a look at our test hook right here. Long gone. Beautiful, beautiful Chevrolet. Again, Glasgow, Kentucky, the home base for veteran Keith Long. All right, Keith hook to the sled. Again, this will be our test puller. The first hook of the silver anniversary National Fire Machinery Show Championship Tractor Pull, brought to you by your friends at ICI.
Big old Keith Black Hemi on board. He's ready to go as he comes to the starting line with Long Gone. Red light, we're watching things out. Test puller time here. Find out how the old track at Louisville's going to do. This dirt is put over in a barn every year, and they keep the dirt out of the weather and bring it back every year to get it ready to go. So here we come now with Keith Long. Whoa.
Ouch.
Well, we saw some sparks come out of the rear end of the truck. We don't know whether he got a drive shaft or what, but hopefully they'll be able to get things taken care of. I don't know whether it's the rear end or what, or whether he just maybe the drive shaft kind of hit the shields in there, but he appears to be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Keith a nice round of applause. How about it, Keith Long, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, I guess we'll see.
An unfortunate situation. It looks like we're going to need a lift, I guess, guys, to get him out of the arena here.
On the .17. Now, again, you'll see it measured in hundredths of a foot because of the laser reading. Jerry Baird on the lasers at the end of the track. So a laser beam actually bounces off the end of the pulling sled and returns that beam into a prism. He then is able to use, I don't know, trigonometry or some kind of mathematics that you and I never figured out, but Jerry's able to pump it all in the computer, and he's able to get the distance down to the hundredth of a foot.
That's the key. It goes into the computer. That's what figures it.
He broke at 167 feet and change.
Well, you know the famous Sullivan family. They come here to pull tonight, and we're ready to go now with the competition. Well, here we go now. Tough Cookie on the starting line. The Sullivan brothers. Fine running Chevrolet S10 on the line right here. Danny Sullivan at the wheel, ready to go. So let's see what happens with the Sullivan brothers now as they come to the line. On deck, Kenny Lamont, Crossville, Illinois. And the Midnight Express machine will be up next as we get ready to go. And right there for the Sullivans as they made their run here tonight. Danny Sullivan, Warsaw, Kentucky. The Sullivan Brothers pulling team.
The distance is 188 feet, 0.76? 188.76. So Danny Sullivan now takes the lead in the Tough Cookie Chevrolet at 188.76.
The Jake Seed Lubra plate. Plain old toolbox Midnight Express ready to come at you right here, right now. On the line, Ken Lamont. Got that new blower on that baby, too.
Went over and talked to Tom Merck, Kenny's crew chief, and he just sitting there and said, wait a minute, 2 broke rear ends. Let's not keep that trend going. He said, no.
Gentlemen, yes sir, Bob.
Outstanding shot, boy. I'll tell you, and we're losing a little insulation from the rafters. That's how you can tell you really got it down the track when you get into that insulation near the finish line. That's how he won the title a year ago, ladies and gentlemen. The world champion Ken Lamont and the Lubra Plate Jake Seat people who are here tonight. I know love that pull right there. So, like 9. And again, the full pull line has not been drawn. Who knows? That might even be one. But 200 for the moment at least. We're at 225.29. And your new leader, Ken Lamont, right there, ladies and gentlemen, in the Midnight Express.
Well, Kenny, I'll tell you what, your 2 guys that came before you, they both broke rear ends. Tell us about the track.
Well, I hope what we're seeing is the track's not just going to continually get better. Normally this track, it's a shame, but the sled starts jumping and it kind of gets washboardy like a country road. If that's the case, that was a really good run. Right now, I hope they set full pull about 225 feet. So if it does change a little bit, I'm still in the pull-off because I sure would like to be here Saturday night.
Okay, a lot of people want to be here. Lamont wants to be here. Congratulations on a fine run, sir. Good job. Hey, one other question. That blower sure looks like it does a fine job.
Don't tell all my secrets, Butch. Come on.
Oh, man, okay. I better shut up, man, about that blower, man. And that big SCS blower on there, man, I tell you what. Well, here you go with Jimmy Brockman out of New Haven, Indiana, the In-Laws and Outlaws. Chevy C-Cab on the starting line, the Kodiak C-Cab. Let's see what happens. And right there.
Sharp pull right there for the 1908 Chevy C-Cab. Jim Brockman out of New Haven, Indiana, and the Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws. We need a fire marshal over at the Midnight Express truck.
So the In-Laws and Outlaws make their shot here tonight out of New Haven. Fine, fine, strong run as we get ready to take them right on back.
0.97, so an excellent pull. Right now it's second, but again, for the moment, they have not decided exactly where they're going to draw that full pull line, and I would assume we'll watch another couple of pullers before the full pull line is drawn to give you folks the best show and to give these guys the most competitive class. But 217.97, who knows, that may be enough. We'll see what some of these other guys do coming out.
So let's see how he does as he gets ready to go here. Back to the sled, lights on, ready to go. Roush checking it out. We get him all hooked up, we'll be ready to roll.
Here we go with Wayne Roush, another puller who loves the tradition, loves the history of this pull, and gears up for it. He's ready to go in the Dodge he calls the Little Red Truck.
Well, Roush makes a nice run. He comes to the starting line, right straight, right on down the way. Looked like just a little bit of miss on the right bank of the engine as he came up the way, but he made a good run. He's going to be in the thick of it. He's going to be a keeper here with the Little Red Truck, Wayne Roush. Dublin, Ohio, the Dodge machine. The Super Pull at Indianapolis, the Indy Super Pull. So she is no stranger to competition. She runs the National Tractor Circuit all over the country. She comes to the line right now. Debbie Hackworth. So the Kelly Chevrolet machine on the line. Here we come, ready to go. As we get the Sullivans out of here. Well, the lady came to pull here, the Arcola Engine Service Machine. The family affair, sponsored by Kelly Chevrolet out of Columbia City, Indiana. Hackworth, Chevy S10. Looking and sounding good, I'll tell you.
6-0, the pull for Debbie Hackworth and the family affair right there. So she laid down a good shot. And again, the distance is 202.6 as Debbie.
Full 2:20. So far, the only one out the door is Mr. Lamont right now. So the full pull set at 220 feet in the competition tonight.
Okay, Jim, we'll see if that
There's
holds up for
Rusty
you.
Miller now, bad to the bone out of Toledo, Illinois. And the Arius powered twin turbocharged Arius right here. He runs those twin turbochargers on there. Getting that extra horsepower off that Arius engine as he makes his run here. Rusty Miller, ladies and gentlemen, Toledo, Illinois, with a real fine run here tonight with a bad to the bone 23 bucket T. Yes, sirree. Just a little bit quieter than most of the guys here tonight. Those big twin turbochargers on the front of it as he makes his run here in Freedom Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, Rusty Miller, Toledo, Illinois.
I see 4 feet, 198 and a little change for Rusty Miller and bad to the bone. Ken Lamont, 220 on the full pull. You're the only guy out of here. Awful lot of good equipment back there. Let's get a prediction. You going to get any company?
Well, I won't be surprised at all if there's some company out here with me. If 2 or 3 more get it out, it won't surprise me a bit. It doesn't look like the track's changing a whole lot. I could have had an early break with it only being really the second one that far down the track. So if what got me out here was luck, that's okay. I'll take all the luck I can get.
Ken Lamont right now sitting number 1. Well, here's a guy that we all know has the capability of joining him right here, Dave Schulian, and that awesome driller.
Chevrolet Corvette, funny car, the driller Schulian out of Illinois also. As he comes on in, he's out of Quincy, Illinois. The Dave Schulian machine as he rolls to the line. Once again, a full pull tonight, 220 feet on the full pull, 220 feet. Well, after breaking 2 trucks right off the bat, Lamont gets a full pull. Brockman moves into contention, so does Roush. And now we look at Schulian and the driller coming to the line in the 2-wheel drive super modified class, the 1986 funny car on the line, ready to go. Sponsored by Dasco Incorporated. Well, Schulian sporting the new paint job on the Dasco and manufacturing machine out of Quincy, Illinois. Makes a fine run. Lamont said he thought would go out. At least 3 more trucks would go out.
He didn't make any predictions. He just said that there's certainly enough down there that he thinks will be a few go out. I know Jim Brockwood said he thought another 2 or 3 could get it out of here. So we're going to get a good look here on these several of these upcoming competitors that we'll see out of the chute in the next few minutes. And of course, the venerable veteran Jim Lyons is still to come down there too.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff left, and let's see what happens next. Who's going to be coming our way? Yeah, here we go, the Irish team.
You talk about a guy who's got a world championship on the mantelpiece. Now, he's done it in the big tractors, but this baby here, this Irish T, is another truck that's just been having a beautiful winter, and Dave Walsh has really adapted to this kind of different driving style in the 2-wheel drives from the heavier tractors and done very, very well all winter.
Yeah, he's always a tough competitor wherever he goes. Although if you talk to him, he still loves to sit down between all that horsepower right there on that big tractor. But yeah, like you said before, he's really come around with this. I know he was kind of apprehensive when he first got this truck, but look at him come. Here we go now. The Walsh brothers, David Walsh.
In the Motorsports International a couple of weeks ago up at Toronto Skydome, Dave actually had the Irish T and his tractor both in the pull-off at the same pull the same night, finished first in the tractors and second in the truck. So he's obviously been doing great in this vehicle. We'll watch the Irish T right now. Any Ford fans in there, give it up for Dave Walsh down there in the Irish tee. We'll wait for the official distance, but I don't see any doubt about it. Well, I don't think we gave you the driller a moment ago at 210.6. That was on the driller. The Irish tee were waiting for the official read, but he just had to go past 220 for a full pull, and at least to the naked eye he had enough. We'll wait for the official indication. The full pull mark you can see by the white line and the orange cone sitting at the end of the track. And again, at least to the naked eye, Dave Walsh looked like he had it covered right there. We'll get a chance to talk to Dave here in a few minutes, I'm sure. As Jim Lyons, we talked about the veteran out of Louisville in the stitches, also ready to go. It is officially a full pull, ladies and gentlemen, for Dave Walsh and the Irish tee. So now we've got two in the pull-off. Ken Lamont's Chevrolet, the Midnight Express, and Dave Walsh's Ford, the Irish tee. It goes down officially as a full pull for the Irish tee and Linden Station, Wisconsin's Dave Walsh. Well, another guy who's a prime candidate to bang that baby out of here is this gentleman right here in the GMC, Jim Lyons, out of Louisville.
Yeah, he bought this team finally. He went ahead and got a hold of the team himself. And so he owns the Stitches operation now as far as the trucks are concerned as he comes to the line right now. Jim Lyons and Stitches GMC pulls all over the Kentuckiana area, on the Kentucky State Tractor Pullers Association. He goes everywhere. And let's see what he does. He runs with the KTPA, the Kentuckiana Truck Pullers Association, as well as runs the numerous national events as he wants to go. So here we come now. Jim Lyons on the line. Occasionally he gets back in his drag car, too, when he wants a little excitement, too. Let's see what happens now.
All right, Jim's going to see if there's anything on the far left-hand side of this track. He's taking the sled all the way across, looking for a little bit of new bite.
Yeah, he followed Walsh. Walsh was kind of on the left side also, so he saw new dirt, that's where they went. So let's see what happens now. Here we come. The GMC right on the line. Stitches ready to go. Lyons at the wheel. Can he do it? Let's find out. Two out of here already. Here we go. And Lyons right there with his machine. A little flame on the front side, but no problem whatsoever. A little alcohol being burnt out of the engine. A little leaned out on him just a little bit. And no problem.
I forgot the marshmallows. I got to fire them up.
It's gone yet. There's some drag dirt on top, and that what slid the sled off the end.
Of course, I know everybody's familiar seeing you in that big bad Irish Challenger, and sit a little lower to the ground here in the Irish.
0.83, 198.83, 198 and 83. 198.83. Up next, none other than Danny Hubert out of Bowling Green, Missouri on the line here. Out of Missouri, the C-Cab, Chevy C-Cab on the line here. Danny Hubert. Man, he made a nice run, I'll tell you. Made a real nice run. A hypersonic. I don't know whether he got Brockman or not. I'll have to wait and see. Good run. It's here or there, I'll tell you. Hypersonic Chevy C-Cab out of Missouri.
For the third spot, 213 feet even for the moment. That'll put him in fourth place. Danny Hubert and Hypersonic, 213 feet even. Four still to go, and I'll tell you, one guy everybody is going to have their eye on is up next. Winter Tour and who come in running every week. Well, McPherson, even though he's been on it, and I don't think he and Humphrey have seen each other this year, And then, of course, you got the world champion Lamont already out and Walsh already out. It's a great, great melding right here, these guys, to kind of see who's going to be having the muscle to get it out of here and win the biggest pull of the year indoors.
Hey, all right, here we go now. McPherson pulls the old mask down over the top of the helmet, brings that face guard down. He's ready to go. He's anxious here at Louisville, Kentucky. He wants to come out and join Lamont. We have 2 out the door. We have got Lamont, and we've got Walsh. Now, is McPherson going to join that selected group? Let's find out. Currently,
A lot of raised eyebrows down here.
yeah, another party heard from, ladies and gentlemen, out of Ohio. You better believe it. What a shot, ladies and gentlemen. Dick McPherson out of Circleville, Ohio. What a run, huh?
You know, Dick McPherson's been a good one for a long time, but I have never seen him this strong and sharp. He has really been outstanding, and he just showed us all about it right there. And
Anybody say anything about just desserts?
All right, well, here we go again now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Scott.
we got 2 Fords and a Chevy in the pull-off, and I'll tell you, if there's another Chevy going to make it, this may be the man right here, Chevy fans. Bill Humphrey and the awesome Spike Chevrolet out of Hanoverton, Ohio, from that Jack Daniels pulling team. Humphrey, like McPherson's been on fire. Let's see if he can make it happen in Louisville. Did not get there. Had to turn it in the middle of the track. Never really seemed to get the good run. So I'm sure a very disappointing run for Bill Humphrey and the Spike Chevrolet.
Well, it was good for McPherson on the right side, but not so good for Humphrey. No siree. So there still are 3 out of here.
.67.
Hey, Bill, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that about you, really. Scott, a little dirt in your... Yeah, oh, no, it's all right, Scott. It's okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, on the line, we've got Paul Sprock out of Ladonia, Missouri. The Sprock Farms 92 Dodge Dakota, or Dakota, whichever way you want to say it, comes to the line. The Dakota ready to go here tonight. On the line, the Dakota man. Sprock out of Ladonia, Missouri. Very impressive record on the ITPA circuit. Paul Sprock, he rolls in here. He pulls with the guys out of Illinois, I'll tell you. Let's see what happens. Photo Joe knows all about this guy right here. Good one, huh? Okay, so let's see what happens now as the Dakota comes to the starting line. Close, I'll tell you. Man, I don't know. We're going to have to put the old beam on him and take a look. It is super, super close, Scott, I'll tell you.
He's right on the line. It takes 220, and of course this is eyeballing it, but that line is right at 220 feet. And I mean, we're probably talking about less than a foot either way. Boy, he put it right there. What a super pull. Outstanding pull.
219.69. How close can you get, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Paul Sprock, ladies and gentlemen.
Lights are flashing. And again, this beauty is out of Cambridge, Ohio, Carl Taylor. 1970 El Camino, and it is a beauty. That's a hot-looking dude right there. And you probably used to drive up and down the roads of Greenville, Indiana in one like that, Butch.
Never had an El Camino, man. It was that 69 Nova of mine, you know,
Ooh.
tail riser.
Blue lights are flashing. He's ready to go. The Baby Blue Knight needs to go 220 to join our pull-off field.
Carl Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, out of Cambridge, Ohio. Pulls on that Ohio State Tractor Puller Association. The OSTPA runs all over with them in the summertime. Here we come now on the line with Taylor ready to go. Right there for the El Camino, Carl Taylor out of Cambridge, Ohio, the Baby Blue Knight. Whitlatch Auto Body Machine right there. Well, it's going to be pull-off time at Louisville. Night. So let's give Carl Taylor a nice round of applause. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, as he leaves Freedom Hall? What do you say? Carl Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we got two Fords against a Chevrolet coming to the line. Pull distance 201.03. 201.03. 201.03. And let's see what happens now. As I said earlier, the top 5 trucks, we already know number 5 is Brockman CK. He'll be back on Saturday night. Now, the question is, who's going to win it all here tonight in the top 3? Lamont already fires up.
Oh, Kenny's ready, I guarantee it. Let's see. Let's do a... We might be able to get it out here real quick. Let's do a quick survey here. As Ken Lamont comes out, how many of you Chevy fans think Ken Lamont's going to win this pull-off? Let him hear you down there.
I'll tell you what, he sure kept his foot in it, no doubt about it. Man. He didn't get out of it, regardless. The old sled coming right along, start bouncing. Lamont stayed right in it, didn't he?
What you call just sticking with it. The hammer's down, and I'm going for it. Just a pure muscle run right there by that El Camino out of Crossville, Illinois. Ken Lamont and the Plano Toolbox's Midnight Express. He's going to bring it over and shut it down. How about it, Chevrolet fans? The engine's down. Let's give it up for Ken Lamont and the Midnight Express.
So Lamont with an excellent run. We'll get the distance. What's going to happen here? Scott walks over to talk to him. Find out just exactly. Hi, Barry. How you doing? How he's going to be doing here. Lamont with the helmet off.
Well, grab him before another engine fires up, Kenny. I'll tell you, outstanding run, man. Tell us about it. It looked like there was a little hop at the end, but it didn't seem to cost you a lot of distance.
Well, I won't be surprised a bit if it doesn't end up third. I was hopping too bad. And the heck of it is, I tell you what, down there at Louisville, I'm starting to call that the Ollie Schaefer hop, and I don't know how to get rid of it.
I'll tell you what, though, you actually pull it out virtually the same distance, 222.89. So you had it in the same ballpark as the first shot. We'll see if it's enough.
Yeah, I was about 225 the first time, so I cut myself about 3 feet, but it was a decent pass, and regardless, I'll be back Saturday night, so it's already been a good weekend.
I want to know why you decided to go to the left side of the track.
Well, I've been sitting here all night, and every time one of those Packers pull out, they come out on that left-hand side of the track, and I thought, well, if I don't take it, somebody will.
There you go. There's the man in the plan. 222.89. 222 and 89. 222.89 for Lamont. And let's hunt out of Crossville. Here comes the challenger now. Last time he went left side. This time he goes right side. We're seeing a trend here, Scott.
Absolutely. Dave Walsh ready to go now in the Irish T, the first of the Ford-powered vehicles in the pull-off. Distance to beat 220. Didn't get there.
One duck down, baby, one duck down.
I just hope McPherson don't get to eat any cake tonight.
The only problem, Ken Lamont, as Dave Walsh comes back, the only problem, Ken Lamont, is on that first run, McPherson looked like he was headed out on Phillips Lane.
Well,
yeah. Photo Joe's real happy over there with full, yeah. Well, Walsh, the Irish Tea, your leader, Lamont, out of Crossville. Go ahead, Scott.
Sometimes I feel like I've been doing this since they invented some of this truck pulling. McPherson's been doing it since they invented dirt. I tell you, he sat here a while ago and he watched nobody been down through here. This side of the track was dry. He used his head. Now he's got to go where everybody else has gone. So, good Lord's been smiling on me so far. I hope he grins a little longer.
We'll see if he's got a big smile or just a little grin. It's going to be coming
Look
up.
at him.
Another
Look
Ford
at him.
guy.
He just keeps rubbing it in. Just keeps rubbing it in up there.
The Ford guys are heckling the Chevy man, but the Chevy man still on top.
Full distance, 208.68. 208.68. 208.68 right there for the man out of Wisconsin. All right.
Can't just pick a shot. He has to go somewhere else. He's going to go all the way back over to the left and see if Lamont left him anything. It's Dick McPherson and the Missouri Raider, 1923 Altered T out of Circleville, Ohio. He's got to beat. He's got to get to 223 feet basically to get the win. Lamont's in at 222.89.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be good. He follows where Lamont went this time. Here we come. McPherson ready to go. I don't know. It's too close to call, ladies and gentlemen. Totally and completely too close to call right now. I mean to tell you, it is close. He needed, what, let's see, Lamont went 222.89. All right.
You got to beat 222.89. It's what you're watching for and listening for. 222.89 was Lamont's pull. We're waiting for the read from the lasers right now, and it'll be coming to us momentarily. Once again, Ken Lamont's pull in the Chevrolet was 222.89. And I mean, this looks awfully close, and we're just waiting with you guys. We're waiting with the pullers. Everybody's watching the pencil right now.
Everybody's in suspense. Everybody's looking at this young lady over here is going to write it down real fast, and he still hasn't got it yet. The computer getting ready to kick it out.
The distance for Dick McPherson and the Missouri Raider is 221.84. Your winner is Ken Lamont in the Midnight Express. Come here, Kenny. Where's he at?
How about the Chevrolet people? I want to hear from you right now. Where are all my Chevrolet fans, huh? Yeah, all right. Yes, sir, Lamont, the winner.
You said he had to pick a line. He came in behind you, daggone. He missed it by about 1 foot.
I tell you what, you can't take anything away from anybody in this pull-off. We've been running with these guys for the last 2 years all across the country. We all know each other's tricks. You can't say enough about Dick McPherson. Don't ever turn your back on that man, believe me.
Hey, Scott.
Come on in here, Dick.
Scott, you see people on that side of the arena never get to see the winner, so let's go over here and get your laurels first. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Let's give him a nice round of applause. On this side over here, your winner, Ken Lamont. How about it? All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Ken Lamont, there was a lot of language flying back and forth, a lot of verbal slang going on down there, and guys talking, and McPherson said it was a piece of cake, and you said, what, a while ago, he's going to get his just dessert? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I tell you, everything we do when we're out here on this track is blood. But when the pulling's over with, we're all friends. We got to be. We travel all across the country together.
And you got a camaraderie with you. When somebody breaks, you're there to help and everything else.
Yeah, unless it's Hyman and he's chasing me to point series.
So you don't help Hyman anymore, is that right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, a gracious winner as always. You got something to say, I know.
Okay, number one, I want to thank ICI. They're great for this place. We couldn't do it without them. Number two, I have got to thank Plano Molding Company. I couldn't do it without them. Also, Jake Seed Company. Hey, like Jake Seeds, we're number one. Also, Lubriplate Oils. my crew chief Tom Mert, and everybody that's a Midnight Express fan. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Kenny Lamont, Crossville, Illinois, the winner in 62 two-wheel drive here tonight. And our trophy presentations are being made by Mr. David Herndon from ICI America, and representing the Kentucky State Fair Board, Mr. Gib Gosser. Well, Dick McPherson, that was awfully close. I never did exactly get how far it was. Less than a foot, I'm sure, but good run.
I was real pleased with the run. I mean, I was happy in my first run. I was very happy, and I like to, it's a fun sport. We like to joke around a lot, but it's nice to win.
You told me a while ago you love these new Oldsmobile motors, and I doubted you. So that's an Oldsmobile. Ladies and gentlemen, the Oldsmobile emblem's on the front. Tell us a little bit about that block.
It's built by Keith Black. It builds a Keith Black Hemi, so it looks basically like a Hemi on the bottom end, 6 mains and 6 bolts in each main. But it's got a lot of room. You can put a 5-inch crank in it and just falls in, clears everything.
Just outstanding, huh?
Yeah, it's great. It seemed like it's awfully strong. We ran it through the summer circuit and so far through the winter circuit. We bent some rods and everything in it, and it's not hurt of nothing else, just back and goes.
That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, your second place man here tonight. Let's give him a nice round of applause from Circleville, Ohio. Dick McPherson, what do you say, the Missouri Raider? How about it? And once again, presenting the trophies, representing ICI America, Mr. David Herndon, and the Kentucky State Fair Board, Mr. Gib Gosser. And Mr. Walsh, Dave, why did you switch sides of the track?
Well, I seen Dick that first time around made a good run, so I thought maybe the track was better on this right side, but it wasn't.
So you wish you would have went the other way again, huh?
I wish I would have went the first time on the left side like I did the first time.
Let me ask you this. Contrast for me and the people here. They know you'll be out in your big tractor this weekend sometime. What's the difference driving this? Is this a more difficult vehicle to drive than tractor, in your opinion?
Two-wheel drive is more difficult to drive because you got to drive it more. Where the tractor, you come out like 20 feet and you can hammer it. The two-wheel drive, you got to come out a little bit farther and sort of ease into it and try and hook the wheels.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? David Walsh out of Linden Station, Wisconsin. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Your third place man here tonight. And once again, our trophy presentations representing ICI America, Mr. David Herndon and Mr. Gib Gosser of the Kentucky State Fair Board. 200-pound modified. Our track official, Don Biddle, watching things over. Here we come. Gentlemen,
Well, we now know how the sand looks because we've hit it. Might have to heavy the sled up a bit coming out of the hole that quick.
Well, here we go now with Richard Ziegler on the line, the Allison Aircraft Engine Machine. Hey, get yourself a program, ladies and gentlemen. They're on sale here tonight. National Farm Machinery Show Championship Tractor Pull 25th Anniversary Souvenir Program. Get you one. Well, an outstanding run for Richard Ziegler. Look at the flames out of that Allison aircraft engine. Those P-38 fuel injected P-38's made a nice strong run here tonight in a 7,200 modified class P-38. We are still unofficial at this time as our track people look things over, but an excellent run. .233.36 is the distance on P-38 Lightning and Richard Ziegler. 2:33.36. Again, the sled remains unofficial at this point. Steve Klingenberg, and again, right now the question is, will the sled hold up or will they have to add a little weight to it? .74 for the bad habit. Bill Douglas, our first puller in the spook, hit the sand, went past the 235 mark. He had a full pull. Ziegler has come in, P-38 Lightning at 233.36. and Steve Klingenberg at 199.74. Now he's got his Racing Electronics radios strapped on, and Carl Bilski out of Medina, Ohio will bring the Sandman out, and we'll see if he keeps his mind on pulling or if he's doing too much talking on there. A little bit more innovation, huh, Scott? You know, we like to see things a little bit different every year here at the Farm Machinery Show. And I'll tell you what, I don't know how his partner's going to be able to hear over that. I guess it'll be all right. Now, do you know whose tractor this used to be? Known as the Pig, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the line. Now known as the Sandman. These guys are radio controlled here tonight. Yes, sirree. His crewman on the side over here, already talking to him. They've got communications. That's an interesting story. Let's see what happens. There's Carl Bilski now, ladies and gentlemen, out of Medina, Ohio. Medina, Ohio, man, here on the line. Ready to go.
Track is ready. The Sandman hook takes 235 for a full pull. That's where you see the white line and the cone marked at the end of the track. Good strong pull for Bilski and the Sandman right there. We'll check his distance momentarily. For the moment, it would appear that the Sandman's going to sit in the number 3 spot. Bilski, 225.61. So that'll sit him 3rd right now behind Spook and P38 Lightning. Sport on Earth is brought to you by ICI Americas.
Hey, Joe. All right, no, okay. Hey, look at your wife here. Here we go now. Kevin Furking, New Baden, Illinois. The Track Fever machine rolls to the line. 7,200-pound modifieds here tonight. Well, the Illinois tractor made a good roll of it. He makes a nice run. Track Fever. Kevin Furking out of New Baden, Illinois. 2:06.72, the official distance for the Track Fever machine out of New Baden, Illinois. Hey, Scott, I'm going to talk to Lapeer, Michigan on the line here. Bob Jostock, Lapeer, Michigan. He's driving Wild Child in the modifieds right here. Your leader with a full pull, Bill Douglas Jr., Alveston, Ontario.
So the Wild Child records a full pull. Jostock gets it far enough past that 235 mark. It just takes 235. You can see the distance up there. That is officially a full pull for Bob Jostock and the Wild Child. The Terminator.
The man's going to just might put it out of here this evening. Fine running machine. He was 4th last year in 92 mod here in Louisville. He comes to the line, 72 mod tonight. Tony Martin out of Batavia, Iowa, in the 7,200-pound class here tonight. Got a Banner frame, ladies and gentlemen, out of the Banner Brothers. 3-engine modifieds. On the line we go. Farmer Banner Brothers tractor. The Banner frame right here. Here we go. Front motor went sour on him. Well, the Iowa-based machine, Tony Martin, last year's state winner in Iowa. He was the points champion, I believe. The blower belt let go.
2-0-7-2 for the Terminator out of Batavia, Iowa. Well, we saw Jim Brockman earlier in that C-cab. The Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws get named also applies to a tractor, and it's up next.
Right now.
I'll bet you money he's in the pull-off, too.
You think so? No doubt about it, huh?
Yep, that's for sure.
Tony Martin lost a blower belt. He had a good chance of getting it out of here.
Looked like he was going to be out. Really did.
Well, Bob, congratulations. Let's see what happens. There's about 3 or 4 more we think can get out of here.
There's some more good ones coming up, for sure.
I bet you'd like to be here Saturday night, would you?
For sure.
All right. Okay. Good enough. He wants to be back Saturday night. Here we come. Watch the sand, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the sand right now. We'll make the prediction early. Watch the sand.
I mean, that baby is flat buried, and can you believe it? He had to really get on it, get on the brake in the middle of the track. He let completely out of the throttle, and he's still knee deep in the daggone sand. How about that, Jim Brockman?
Where's my broom?
Oh. Yeah, Butch, where's your broom?
Where's the broom? I'll tell you.
Butch has got the broom. And we're going to have to put it to use because there is sand.
I'll tell you what, last year some John Deere fans gave me this broom. You remember this? They gave me this broom and told me I could only brush off John Deere tractors that went in the sand. But I tell you what, after that run, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go brush this tractor off right now. Ain't no doubt about it. I got my broom here, and we're going to do a little brushing here. Wait a minute. Here, guys, I got you covered. Just a second here, fellas. Let me get this taken care of.
All right. There you go. Absolutely awesome. Jim Brockman and the Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws, not only to go that deep in the sand, but to absolutely have to get out of the throttle at the midway point, and then to say it's a very visual show when the Green Monster runs. Hey, here's Jim Brockman. We might have a second real quick. Thank God, Jim. You let out in the middle. I thought you were in trouble, and you almost knocked the whole sand pile over. Great run.
Well, I knew I didn't want to run out of bounds because that doesn't pay anything, and so luckily we got the tractor straightened around and got right back after it, and it had the old bear had enough pinch to it that it put it right down there in the sand.
Well, there's some other guys in the pull-off, but clearly yours has been the dominant pull so far. I mean, your guys, and you got to be real proud. That was a great run.
Well, that can happen, but it's still not over till we get through the pull-off.
Great job right there, Jim. Way to go.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. It's a pleasure to brush off your tractor. I'll tell you that right now. With my John Deere broom here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah, John Deere fans gave this to me last year. Only when John Deere goes into the sand am I allowed to use this, see?
Well, we're close to John Deere colors.
Yeah, that's right. You're close to John Deere colors. Ladies and gentlemen, Fire and Smoke Show on the starting line. Watch him come this way. The Green Monster. Watch the wheels. Watch the tremendous amount of speed that this tractor builds as it comes down the way. If he can just keep it between the lines, I'm going to say he's going out of here. Let's see what happens now. Art Arfons, Akron, Ohio. The Green Monster. There comes the flames. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. He was awful close on the other side, but a great run.
Well, we told you these two guys with Brockman and Arfons coming up were definite sand threats, and your broom's getting a workout, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Scott. It's nice to see him make a good run.
I'll tell you what, that's a great run for Art, and you might have seen daughter Dusty jumping up and down the sideline. She's really excited. Art's been struggling this winter. It's been Dusty who's been one of the dominant tractors in the sport of pulling, and she'll be out tomorrow night in this class, and already she sees Dad in the pull-off tonight. They're hoping for a big week here at Louisville for the Arfons family.
Outstanding. Art Arfons, ladies and gentlemen, the Green Monster. What a great run. Man, I'll tell you.
Oh my, terrible break for the Pioneer. It was a rough ride all the way from the start, and then when he slammed her down, the wheel went flying. Boy, that's a tough break.
Well, you know, he doesn't really have a lot of weight on the front of this.
And Lowell, Ohio's Dave Archer and the Pioneer. Butch is looking things over there. Bad break for him.
Dave, are you all right? Other than your pride? And so we'll need to get her going in just a couple of minutes.
Again, the 2:35 mark is where you'll find the pull-off. The Weekend Warrior trying to join 4 tractors that are out of here.
And right there, David Porter, ladies and gentlemen. David Porter, the Weekend Warrior.
3-0 for the Weekend Warrior and David Porter out of Zanesville, Ohio. So 4 in the pull-off, and the question is whether the dirt slinger is going to be able to give it a shot, and looks like Bill Leishner is mounting back up. So the dirt slinger may still try to give it a shot.
Well, let's see who's on. He moves in. A very good chance to put it in the sand here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what he does as he comes to the line right now. Bill Leishner, Weldon, Illinois, on the starting line. And now there are 5 out of here. Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree with me. That was worth the wait just to see him run here. That was more than worth the wait here. Let's give him a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? Bill Leishner. Bob Jostock will be number 2. Jim Brockman, number 3. Art Arfons, number 4. And Bill Leishner, number 5.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. Your name?
Ian Whittycamp.
And is this your first time you've been here to Louisville, to the pool?
I've been here about 15 years.
About 15 years.
After pulling at the Silver Anniversary National Farm Machinery Show Championship Tractor Pull, brought to you as always by the great people at ICI. .26. That from Bill Douglas Jr. and Spook. You see it on the scoreboard? That's what they're trying to beat. And next out will be Bob Jostock and the Wild Child.
Tough stuff to come. Brockman, Arfons, and Leischner still to come.
Feet for Bob Jostock and the Wild Child, 195.14. Distance to beat remains Bill Douglas Jr. and Spook at 215.26.
Brockman, the Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws pulling team.
As we've been talking, this is really one to keep your eyes on. Jim Brockman and the Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws hooking up.
Yeah, that pull up into Northwestern Ohio tractor pullers will be the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of August up in Ohio. Hello, Tom Critchler and all the guys. Good to see you all again. Here we come now with the Kodiak machine. Brockman ready to do business on the starting line. Here we come. Oh, man, I'll tell you. Brockman, a great run into the sand again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it, Louisville? What do you say? Oh, yeah. Great shot out of here in the sand, folks. You better believe it. 2 times in a row.
That is strong now.
You see how the tractor started getting pulled down about the 150-foot mark. You can start see him really start to strain, but yet he...
Arfons hooks to the sled, and the Green Monster will start breathing fire momentarily as those engines heat up. He tries to match what Jim Brockman just did with an incredible run on this Louisville track. It's Art Arfons and the Green Monster.
All right, here we go now on the starting line. Watch those big elbows, the rear of those motors, ladies and gentlemen, as they get ready to start breathing that smoke and fire right out of there. Arfons watches those gauges. He's intent with those gauges to make sure that the mixtures are right. The heat's getting built up. Watch his head move from left to right and back and forth. There you go. Watch him. He's looking. He knows. So close. So close.
Dusty was trying to muscle him in there with that body English and just didn't quite get enough. Still an outstanding pull for Art Arfons and the Green Monster. All right, they left, apparently, they left the 235 mark is considered a full pull again. So Art Arfons has a full pull again is what they're telling us apparently. So We may have to see everybody go back to work. We'll try and check on that, but they're indicating that that was a full for Art Arfon. For Bill Leishner will land him third, 226.61. So Leishner and the Dirt Slinger will go third. It'll be Brockman, Arfons, and Leishner. Bob Jostock and the Wild Child. Sixth place goes to Richard Ziegler, P38 Lightning.
By ICI America's Ag Group. Sponsorship representing ICI will of course be Dave Herndon, and the Kentucky State Fair Board representative this time will be Mary Kate Gatton. And welcome to the winner's circle, Jim Brockman.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's do one thing. We have something new here. We need to always walk around over here so the other people on this side can see you. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner. Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Jim Brockman. All right. People say they never get to see the winners on that side, so we wanted to keep this. Jim, an excellent run, I'll tell you. We made a little prediction earlier in the class when these guys, see the guy in the red hat down there in the shirt, he said, who do you think's going to win this class? Who did I tell you was going to win the class? Right there. I got lucky, I guess.
Yeah, you did. It was a tough class.
It really was. Leishner always pulls tough. Arfons is tough. I understand you've had a pretty good winner, too.
Yeah, we've been doing real well on the SRO circuit. Walsh boys that are going to be running tomorrow night, they're 1 point, a couple of points ahead of us in the points chase. We're setting number 2. So it's going to be a real interesting season.
Would anybody like to thank before we get out of here tonight?
You betcha. The fine people from ICI for supporting the pull. Of course, all the fans for coming out tonight and enjoying this fine farm machinery show. We got good support from the Kodiak and the Kendall Company. Both of them are real good people to work with, and we appreciate them sincerely.
How about mentioning your crew chiefs, too?
I was hoping you were going to let me get to that yet. Paul Higgins started out early this morning. I flew in from Nevada. Paul's been working on the equipment all week by himself. Last week, he drove the two-wheeler out on the East Coast, did a fine job. Then he got back home and had to wrench on this stuff to get it ready to go tonight. And you gotta know how much I appreciate Paul Higgins.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner out of New Haven, Indiana. Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it, Jimmy Brockman, right there? And once again, our trophy presentations, Mr. Dave Herndon representing ICI Ag Products, and Mary Kate Gatton representing the Kentucky State Fair Board, and Art Arfons. Congratulations and hello Saturday night.
Thank you. We made it.
You did, and you told me earlier you wish you could make Saturday night. Looks like you're going to be there now, aren't you?
Sure is. He might have won, but I got the prettiest crew chief.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Dusty, stand up over there so everybody can see it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Arfons right there. Come over here, Dusty. Be here with Dad. Art, I know you've had a pretty tough winter, but things look pretty good here in Louisville for you, didn't they?
Oh, yes. It must be my track, huh?
I understand she's doing pretty hot on the circuit this year.
I haven't beat her once, I think. Maybe once this year.
One time, huh? Well, I'll tell you what I said is you just got more. I asked her a while ago, I said, you got more power in that tractor? She says, no, it's in my mind. That's what it is. It's me, the driver. I said, okay, that's great.
She's getting real good. She scares me.
Anybody like to thank her tonight?
Well, we've only got one sponsor, and that's Kendall and ICI, so thank them.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Art Arfons, let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Your number 2 man. Congratulations, Art. And once again, trophy presentation, Mr. David Herndon from ICI Ag Products, and Mary Kate Gatton, once again from the Kentucky State Fair Board. And we go to Billy Leishner. Leishner, man, you know, you and I have been around a long time. I'll tell you what, I thought the tractor pulled really good tonight. It's been a long time. You know, I know you had some trouble, but she sure sounded good.
Finally come to life down there, Butch. I guess it just wasn't getting fuel up there, and had Freddie crack that line and took off running finally.
Well, they might have had a little air or something in there, huh?
Yeah, I think it just had an airlock, and finally got some fuel up there and got it primed, and it took off.
Bill, you have been confident with Arius engines. I've always wanted to ask you this. Do you have another Arius engine home? Have you ever thought about hanging 4 on this tractor?
Oh, I thought about it. We used to have 4, and we sold a couple over the pond and then built a new one. Was going to get into two-wheel drive pulling. Trying to slow down a little bit, Butch. I got 2 boys, seniors in high schools, both starting on the basketball team, so I've been watching them this winter, and just got married a year ago and lost my father last year, so things are a little different.
I know how that is. I lost mine a few years ago, too. But listen, congratulations on this. Looking for you Saturday night. Come back here, huh, bud? With a dirt slinger.
Yeah, come back with ICI. They're very fine sponsors, doing a lot for us. We really appreciate them, and looking forward to Saturday night, Butch.
All right, Saturday night finalist. There he is right there, the third place man tonight, Bill Leisner. Weldon, Illinois, congratulations. And once again, the trophy presentations are being made by Mr. David Herndon from ICI Ag Group Products and Mary Kate Gatton, our Kentucky State Fair Board rep. See what happens now. Dennis Schnichter, ladies and gentlemen, here he comes. The International Harvester tractor. Schnichter Farms Black Savage at IH 1066. How about it, international people? Let's hear from you right now. What do you say? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 245.3. You can about write it down. That's good.
Well, we'll wait and see what Donnie Biddle says. Donnie Biddle. Whoa, Bobby Maxwell. I lost her right there. And Schnichter way out the end down here, almost to the sand. Hey, Dennis, come over here a minute. 196.80. 196.80. Schnichter with a full pull. And up next will be my friend out of Ohio. His name is none other than John Lorenz. Come on, you international people, let's get with it. Let's put another one in the sand. What do you say, international people, huh? Watch this sneaky snake man go to work here. How about you international people? Stand up and be counted. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lorenz and Wilkins. And Sneaky Snake to the sand real quick. John Lorenz. Now, folks, we're going to take 4 out of this class. We've taken 5. We've taken 5 tries here. Now we wait for the first John Deere to come to the starting line here tonight. Now we see Mike Nepper walking down the side over there. Here comes Laverne Nepper now on the line. John Deere people, stand up and be counted. Yes, sir.
We'll come down a few rows. Let's look at somebody else. This is our wild bunch over here. Stand up.
30. We have Laverne Nepper at 241.68, and we got John Lorenz. I should say Bobby Maxwell 196.80. Here's Stan Johnson now out of Shelbyville, Illinois. Stan Johnson. ready to come at us here. Big old 45, 55, here we come. Oh, and Johnson with problems. Stan Johnson with problems right there. Now, folks, all you international people that are still running good, let's hope he hits it right. You know, it's not like being outside when you can see that smoke change. No. I'll tell you what, Stan Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, has had so much tough luck. Lots and lots of tough luck, ladies and gentlemen, for Stan Johnson. Last year he was DQ'd here, last year going out of bounds and so forth. Tonight, more problems. Ladies and .33, 89.33 for Stan Johnson, Shelbyville, Illinois. Holy smoke, yes sirree. Pat Schaefer, 7150 Case International. How about you KSIH fans? Stand up and be counted. Oh, look at that. He buried it. Pat Schaefer in the sand. On the starting line will be none other than Don Greer, Boulderville, Illinois. Here we go. Oh, man, oh, man. How about you international people? Stand up and be counted. What do you say, huh? And not too happy in the John Deere camp right now, that's for sure. Where'd Pat Schaefer go? I'm looking for Pat Schaefer. Is he still around here? International. Kent Payne. Man, I tell you, there's a lot of red down here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of red right now. We need to get some of that green in here. Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, man. Kent Payne, ladies and gentlemen, lost it right there, and I don't know if he's past the point of no return or not. He's awfully close to that 100-foot mark area, and let's see what they're going to do. Ernie, does he get another shot? We'll wait and find out whether he's going to get another shot here or not. Looks like they're going to tow him off. No, he didn't make it. Ladies and gentlemen, out too far, let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Kent Payne, ladies and gentlemen. Petersburg, Indiana, with a great run, hopefully on his part, and then all of a sudden it just kind of went sour for him, and we're very, very sorry about that. So the different strokes tractor out of here for tonight. Whoa, he's riding and rolling. Here he comes. Look at that wheel spin. Oh! Hey, Lorenz, you just barely put your weights in there. That guy went all the way through the sand pile. I don't want to say anything.
I think they're trying to intimidate me.
I think you're right, John. Well, tonight, full pull, Gary Brinkmeyer, Warren, Illinois. don't think so. You've almost got to put it in the sand to get that 246-foot mark. And I don't think Super Moose did it, ladies and gentlemen. How about it, John Deere people? Let's give him a nice round of applause. So what do you say?
No, they're a separate bunch of renegades.
A bunch of Canadian renegades, huh?
That's right.
I mean, is this your first time now, or you come?
0.98 for Schuler. Our next tractor coming in here, Rodney Schnichter out of Hoyleton, Illinois. He'll be up next. Rod Schnichter and his machine. He'll be coming in here with his 3688 on the starting line, ready to go. We already have one. The Schnichter Farms doing very, very well here tonight. The Dennis Schnichter tractor at 245.30. Currently, Lorenz is out. Pat Schaefer's out. Don Greer is out. And Gary Brinkmeyer. Those are your top 4 tractors right now. They are all red also. Greer had problems with the tie rods. He's out of here trying to get them fixed. Let's see what happens now as the next Schnichter tractor rolls in. Here's Rod Schnichter now, ready to come at you. Oh! How about it, international people? Let's give them a nice round of applause. Stand up and be counted. Yeah. Tractors then are going to be coming up. This is the workhorse. Gary Rosinski had so much problems with that tractor a while ago. Hopefully they got him set and ready to go now. Gary Rosinski. Well, the 25th anniversary started off with a bang. Every class has had pull-offs, ladies and gentlemen. The 2-wheel class was wonderful. The modified tractors was great. We've got 5 out the door in this class here right now. So, man, you've seen some excellent pulling here tonight. I tell you what, all the years that I've been here at Louisville, Kentucky, I've never seen the track in better shape than it is tonight. And our hats are off to Danny Christiani and all his crew because the track is absolutely wonderful tonight. Plenty of water in it and everything looking super good. Oh, man. Ernie, you going to take him back? Let's see. Nope. That's it. The officials say that is it right there. We need a tow tractor to the starting line. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Gary Rosinski a nice round of applause. How about it? What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? Gary Rosinski. Scott, take it away.
Where's Delbert from?
Schoolcraft, Michigan.
Man, it's going to be tough back in Schoolcraft, Michigan. These guys are on to go. They're back in the line. Good deal.
Here we go now. Bill Andreas on the line. John Deere, last year number 2. Holy cow! As Harry Carey would say, uh-oh, Lorenz is on the move now, buddy. Where you going, John?
I'm going home.
You're going home, all right. John Deere people, stand up and be counted. What do you say, all my John Deere people? No wonder this audience has been so quiet. It's all John Deere people tonight. Hey. The pull distance a while ago for Gary Rosinski was 40.07. 40.07. And his Green Gate Deere ready to go here. A 43.20 John Deere. On deck the Rampage. Kevin Schmucker. Here we come. is so close. Yeah, just about that big, too, I'll tell you. How many of you people think he made it out of here? How many don't think he made it out of here? How many don't care? I knew that was coming. All right, Scott, take it away.
Yes.
Butch, you want to check if that's legal? They said they got $100 on this over here.
And what's that? I didn't hear what was going on, Scott. I've been down here. What'd you say?
I want you to check the law. We got him with $100 on the line over here. You make sure that's okay. If not, we can point these guys out to you. Where y'all from?
I'm from Bardstown, Kentucky, and 1066 International has plowed more ground than any tractor made.
244.06. And one more to go before the pull-off, and it's Kevin Schmucker. And the Rampage tractor out of Louisville, Ohio. You got to experience the experience, I'll tell you. Bowling Green, it's wonderful. You got to go. Here we come. Oh, remember that story about the old little train that said, I think I can, I think I can? Oh, man, he thought he could, but he didn't. Good run, though. Let's give him a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? Kevin Schmucker.
There's the distance at 242.15, 242.15.
All right, 242.15. Thank you, Scott. 242.15 for Kevin. Well, it's pull-off time in Louisville, Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen. And let's check the odds out here. Let's check out the odds to come into competition. So, so far, though, we've got 5 reds, 1 green out the door here. That's theirs. Here comes Lorenz, man. He nailed it. And watch your raise. There you go. Folks, he laid down one fine run. Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? The Sneaky Snake. John Lorenz. What a nice run, I'll tell you. Lorenz and Wilkins. And that Sneaky Snake. Last year he had so many problems here. The tractor wouldn't stay together. He had problems. This year at Bowling Green, Ohio, he was one of the dominating factors at Bowling Green this past summer, and also in the Buckeye Challenge, I'll tell you. 3:2.25. 2:32.25 for Wilkins and Lorenz and the Snake. All right, the old Snake come to life, no doubt about it. Pat Schaefer now. Remember, Pat was one of those guys that really went into the sand a while ago. Schaefer out of Cannon Falls, Minnesota. The Neon Knights. This is a 7150 on the line, ready to go. He kind of fooled me by his original sheet saying it was a 3688. We should have known better. A lot of new sheet metal on that tractor. The point has been set here. Lorenz, 2:32.25. Schaefer up next. Hopefully Don Greer got his tie rods fixed. It appears that he has. He'll be back into the arena here. Gary Brinkmeyer ready to go. Rodney Schnickner and then Bill Andreas. And here we come. Well, right there. Man, ladies and gentlemen, he made a great run, I'll tell you. Outstanding run. but just not good enough to catch that snake yet, I'll tell you. Pat Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen, out of Minnesota. Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it, you international people? What do you say? The Case IH man right here. Case International. A CI man.
Neon Knights, 2:24.60 the distance.
Well, Schaefer, 2:24 and 60. Right there with that 71.50.
Contestant, and the distance to beat remains the 2:32.25 from John Lorenz with that sneaky snake. All right, green on the track, ready to go as the pull-off continues for Donald Greer and the 1066 IH.
Well, we're glad he got those tie rods fixed, because the front of that tractor, he really had some problems with the tie rods. And they bent on the first shot down the track, but he's okay now. Looks like ready to go. Here comes Don Greer. Coulterville, Illinois. Oh, Don right there. Put a DQ on him, I'm afraid. He's gone out of bounds here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's one thing, as you well know, that just kills you. And Greer couldn't keep her in, tried to get the wheels down and get her turned back in for the 1066 IH as they check it out. 3 more to go to determine the champion in the Pro Stock class tonight. And, of course, again, the top 4 are the ones we'll see advancing.
You're absolutely right, Scott. So, you know, Lorenz now, he just had another sigh of relief over there. He's watching all these bullets come at him right now. Another sigh of relief.
National Farm Machinery Show Championship Tractor Pull.
Patiently, and we look for our next tractor, and here he comes, the Foolish Pleasure. The Brickmeyer Farms machine on the line. Saw that name of Terry Blackburn on the side of that tractor, the Blackburn Brothers machine, I'll tell you. Here we go. Oh, bang.
And it looks like they're going to try and take him back, or at least Brinkmeyer is talking with that apparently in mind.
They're trying to get that international down the track here. They're looking things over, put a little more ether into her, get her fired up, get her ready to go. It's like he's going to, the crew are working very, very hard over there. Going to put some more over on the side over here. See if he can get him to fire. Hopefully he'll be able to and come out. We were talking about that Saturday afternoon show. I'll tell you what, those 1,850-pound mini rods are going to, with Dennis pulling first, Rodney putting it in the sand. Let's see what happens here. 36.88. IH on the line. Here we go. And right there. Well, Lorenz, you only got one more bullet coming at you, buddy boy. Well, I don't know if they're going to get him fixed or not. I think he got one more bullet, I think. Well, I don't know what the decision's been made yet, but with all due respect to the international people here, that John Deere might just be his night here tonight. It just might be his night.
Well, what do you think? How many of you think that John Deere is going to win it right here?
How many of you international people thinking International's going to win?
The John Deere people got a little more vocal once.
Whoa!
tonight. Not tonight.
No!
It looks like it's a big red night in Freedom Hall.
Well, the bullet was shot, but it didn't go to the right target, I'll tell you. Let's give him a nice round of applause, though, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? What do you say? Bill Andreas.
Well, after your top three, which goes Lorenz, Andreas, and Schaefer, Rodney Schnitker will show fourth. Fifth will be Gary Brinkmeyer, and then sixth, Donald Greer. Seventh spot to Dennis Schnitker at 2:45.30. Eighth will be Lawrence Klein at 2:44.06. Ninth.
Getting to be quite a habit, buddy boy. I'll tell you what, great run.
I thank you a lot, Butch, and I want to tell you, I want to give all the credit to Don and Paul here. Without those guys helping me, I wouldn't be here, and I'll tell you, that's a nice habit to get into.
I'll tell you what, you had a whale of a summer last year, the Buckeye Challenge winner. Come on good at Bowling Green, everything you did up there, the guys were all pulling for you. You come to Louisville right off the bat, look where you're at again. This is going to be the start of something big this year.
Well, let's hope so. If I can keep these guys helping me, why, we'll be right there trying. And, also, I'd like to thank ICI for their sponsoring on this. They're doing a great job. We need more people like that to keep our sport going. And they're just super. I mean, they furnish breakfast for us in the mornings, and golly, I don't know what else a guy could ask for.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. John, congratulations. See you Saturday night, buddy boy, in the finals.
Okay, Butch, and thanks a lot.
And I won't tell you that story about that airplane anymore. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, John Lorenz. Let's give him a nice round of applause right here. What do you say? Hi, Smiths, how you doing? Congratulations. And our trophies being presented here by our friends from ICI America, the representative, Mr. Dave Herndon, and Miss Mary Cave, Jane Cave here with our Kentucky State Fair Board representative, Jane Cave. And she's a new board member. We're really glad to have her on board with us here. Bill Andreas, congratulations. Number 2 years in a row, man. But you're going to the finals Saturday night, so you got some work to do.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to get a second, and especially I'm honored just to come behind John. I'd like to thank ICI for one heck of a year for me. I just look forward to coming down here, and most of all, I'd like to thank my mechanic, Dave Rose. He puts this engine together along with Stan Johnson.
Need to say no more. Stan had a tough night, I know, but you came along real well.
Yeah, we'll give him some of his trade secrets back.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Bill Andreas, ladies and gentlemen, right there. And once again, the trophy presentation by Mr. David Herndon, ICI Egg Products, and Jane Cave, our newest Kentucky State Fair Board member. Congratulations. Hey, man. Pat, welcome to the winner's circle here, buddy boy.
Thank you very much.
We, if you had done anything different on your run, what would you have done, the last shot?
We dropped a tooth thinking that maybe we could get the motor to RPM, but it didn't. It just freewheeled and didn't make it work, so we should have left it where we had it.
Let me ask you this. Did you plan on staying until Saturday?
Yeah, we drove through ice and snow to get here, and we wouldn't miss an ICI pole.
All right, by gosh, that said it all. Ladies and gentlemen, your third place man right there, Pat Schaefer out of Minnesota. Congratulations on a great run here tonight. Once again, the trophy presentation being made by Dave Herndon from ICI Egg Products. And Miss Jane Cave, ladies and gentlemen, our board member representing Kentucky State Fair Board.